All right, I've got my horror shirt on that's got Saw and Chucky and the twins from The Shining, and I'm gonna head off to see Edgar Allan Poe, and that's what we're gonna be doing. So without further ado, roll the intro that we don't have still.
Was going to get murdered if we didn't. All right, here we all are getting our photo taken with Edgar Allan Poe and our books that we just bought. The over 100 years old. These books are from 1902. We picked them up today, so this is going to be a really fun little souvenir collector's item. Cool.
All right, so we just got back from Edgar Allan Poe. It was a really fun show. It was about an hour long, and the gentleman did about 4 stories, some of which are among my favorites, including the Cast of Amontillado and the Mask of the Red Death, which is probably my all-time favorite Edgar Allan Poe story, one of the best. And he actually did a story that I wasn't very familiar with called Spectacles, and it was a bit more of a comedy, just to showcase that Edgar Allan Poe is actually much more of a comedy writer, an adventure writer. He did much more than just sort of his scary, spooky stories, but that's what he's most well known for. But people that have read his body of works actually can even find things like love poems. I point out The Raven is actually a love poem if you read it at its face value. It's about a man lamenting about a lost love. It was really fun, really good, and I got these really cool books. I got these the works of Edgar Allan Poe, and this is the Raven edition. There's 4 of them, and we showed them just really quick in the books. The gentleman actually recognized these. He knew what they were. He knew they were from 1902 or 1903. So they're over 100 years old. At this point, they're nearly 115 years old. So they're pretty antiques, and I got them for all 4 of them for only $8. So I felt like, that's a pretty good bargain. It's a nice little souvenir from the event. They actually have pictures in them. Show you some pictures here. This one is from, let's see, from Gordon Pym. That's a really well-known story. Take a look at some of the other ones. We'll pull this one up and take a look. See right here, the picture. And this one's from Dr. Tar and Professor Feather, which is not one, again, I'm too familiar with. But there's pictures in these books, and they're really cool. So I think it'll be fun for me to thumb through those and take a look at them. I used to have a complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, and I've certainly read my fair share of his works, but I think these will be pretty cool to check out. Oh, this is the one that I looked at earlier from The Gold Bug, which, again, is a pirate kind of adventure story where they're looking for lost treasure. One of my favorite stories, too. So that was a really fun, quick event for us to take in today, and right up my alleyway. With its sort of like one of the major modern horror masters, who kind of created the whole genre of detective stories and short stories. Without him, a lot of modern horror wouldn't even exist. So yeah, awesome.